Aloha! Aloha! All right. Anybody down around the corner, around the bend in the activities center, we'd like to have you come on down and join us by the teepee in the main area down here. Anybody is welcome to come on down, and we have little canoes set up here with our pads because we're going to do a story about a canoe. And before we get to that, we're going to do lots of other things too, but that's going to be our main story today. So let's start again. Are we coming? We have some more people coming down, I hope. And anybody's welcome to come sit down here. Get out of the ocean. The blue is our ocean, and our pads are our canoes. Come on down and join us. I see more kids coming down. Great. Come on around the other side of the teepee. Hi. There's plenty of seats right here in the middle. You can come and sit down anywhere you want. Come on down. All right. Good. Now I have to hear you. Okay? You got to do stuff with me. You got to be ready to use your voice. Thank you so much for answering. So let's start again. Aloha.
Aloha.
Woohoo! I love it. Let's try this. Aloha awinala.
Aloha.
Hey, that was pretty good. I'm impressed. Let's take that word apart. Au inala. Awinala. So when we say aloha awinala, it means good afternoon. Kind of a modern way. So this thing is like all loose. Pardon me while I fix it here. This part is, there we go. Okay, that's better. Hi, come on in. Lots of seats over here on the other side too. Yeah, come on across me. That's fine. You can come. You want to come sit in the front? Yeah, see one of those pads? That's a boat. You got to get in a boat, okay? All right, we are in our va'a. Can we say va'a? Va'a, that's boat in Hawaiian. Okay, my name is Mokihana, but I want all the young people, all my young friends in my classes, all call me Auntie Missy. Can you call me Auntie Missy? Is that okay? Mokihana is for the older people. You adults don't get to call me Auntie, makes me feel old. And this is Auntie Olu. Can you say aloha, Auntie Olu? Oh, that was nice, my ka'i. Well, welcome today. I want to welcome you in a traditional Hawaiian way, and that is with an oli, which is a chant that is not danced to. And this oli is going to say to you, welcome, greetings. We have fixed the place up for you. We tried to make it beautiful. And we're coming together. It actually says we're going to eat, which we're not going to eat together. I don't have food for you, I'm sorry. But it does say wishes that we all come together and enjoy our times together with aloha and give aloha back to each other. Okay? So this is a more traditional way to say hello. Okay? Oh, nauna ika hala me ka lehua, he hale lehua no ia naka noe. Oh, ka uno ia, he ano ine li ane ho'i o ka iki mai. Ah, hiki mai no oko, ah hiki puno me ke aloha, aloha e. Okay, now I've said hello the proper way, and my mommy in heaven is happy with me. And so is Auntie Olu's and my teacher. We are hula sisters, and that means that we have the same teacher back in Hawaii, and we go and travel every year to go and study with her. And we have permission to do certain things with you and to share certain things with you. And as we go along and learn more and more, then we get more and more permission to share other things with you. So today you're here for storytelling, but you know, who knows what Hawaiian style storytelling is called? It's a dance form. Knows what that word is. Anybody know what it's called? Hula, I heard it, hula. It's called hula, that's right. You know, with hula, there are many important things, but the most important thing, I have some words over here. The middle word down at the bottom is mo'olelo. Can you say that? Mo'olelo. Mo'olelo means stories. Come on in, get in one of our canoes. We have lots of canoe seats. We have to have a mo'olelo for hula. You cannot just wiggle your body around and wave your arms around and say, I'm doing hula. It doesn't work that way. You have to have a story. So what we're going to do is show you a story first, and then we're going to do some other things to help you learn a little bit about Hawaiian language, to get your tongues ready to pronounce some Hawaiian words. And then we're going to do a really cool story together using hula, and that's why you need to be in canoes, because that's an ocean story. Okay? The first thing we're going to do is practice one of the things that's really, really important for traditional hula, and that is rhythm. You have to have rhythm. Did I bring my ipu? Okay, good. We have a drum with us today. It's called an ipu. Can anybody guess what this is made up of? What's this made of, do you think? What do you think?
Wood.
Wood, that's a good guess. Anybody else? That's a really good guess, yes. A gourd, it is a gourd, excellent. So the top was here and the vine came out of here and we just cut it off and it dries. This one's got some shiny stuff put on it, but it doesn't have to have the shiny stuff on it. It has seeds inside that you have to get rid of, just like a jack-o'-lantern when you carve it at Halloween, just like that. And we just tap it on the floor and tap it with our hands and we have a nice drum. So this is called an ipu when we use it as a drum. And we have what's called a pale, which means barrier, so it doesn't crack on the floor. Okay, so I'm going to use my drum to demonstrate some beats for you that we use in hula because we have to have rhythm for dance. Come on in and get in one of these canoes with us. These are canoe seats. They can sit in the canoes. And I'm going to see what good listeners you are. So I'm going to do a beat 4 times. How many times?
4.
4, that's right. And it'll be your turn to ho'olohe. What are you going to do? Ho'olohe, you're going to listen. And then it'll be your turn to do it. What are you going to use for your drum? You can use the floor or you can use your lap and your hands to clap. So when I beat my ipu down on the floor, you can hit the floor or your laps. And when I tap it with my hands, you may clap your hands. Okay? So you listen first. I'm going to give you a really easy one first. You're welcome to get into one of the canoes. These paths are all canoe seats. We're going to do a canoe story in a little bit. Okay, it's your turn to listen. My turn first. Simple one first. Okay, you ready? Let's try it. 2, 3, and. Maikai, nice job. All right, how about this one? Everything is loose today. I'm not sure why. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, listen. My turn. I'm going to do it 4 times. E hamanava. All right, let's try it. 2, 3, and. Nice job. All right, now let's do a combination of those two. All right, listen first. Listen first. All right, now it's your turn. Show me what you can do. Ready? 2, 3, and. Perfect, you are ready. Come on in, sir. We have lots of seats in our canoe. Absolutely, we have lots of canoe seats and we need lots of navigators. We need lots of oh, it's, woohoo, that's why it's loose. Okay, everything is loose, everything. I told you everything was loose today. I don't know what's going on. We need lots of navigators. It sounded like I said alligator, didn't it? He looked at me and said, alligator? Okay, so you are ready. What we're going to do is divide the room. So we're going to make you the divide, okay, between you and Aaron. Is that all right? So these people all on this side of the room, you're going to do the first beat, okay? Auntie Olu's going to help you. You're going to do it 8 times. Can we have you guys practice that right now? That's the Pukahela beat, okay? You're going to do it 8 times. From you guys on, you're going to practice right now. You ready? 8 times. Here we go. Ready? 2, 3, and. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Then when you've done your 8, remember you're going to be accompanying me. You're going to be my drummers in our hula, in our first story. Now you people are going to do the combination. I am just really worried this thing is just going to totally fall off.
Maybe you should just repair it.
I should repair it, shouldn't I? It wasn't doing this before. It didn't do this at 11. He said maybe I should just repair it. Yeah, absolutely, you are correct. Okay, I think it's actually repaired now. All right. Okay, we're going to do the combination one. Ku-ha-ku-ka-hela. 4 times because it's twice as long. Got it? All right. Okay, you guys are taking a break. It's your turn. Here we go. Auntie Ola's going to help you. Ready, 2, 3, go. That's 2. One more. Perfect. Okay. So you all are going to go first. You have verse 1. You have verse 2, verse 3, verse 4, and verse 5. And by verse 5, if you all are so comfortable, you can join them with verse 5, but you have to do that beat, okay? So we have a story. It has 5 verses. The story is about our last reigning king of Hawaii, and we have a portrait of him right here. His name was King David Kawika Kalakaua. David is Kawika in Hawaiian, and Kalakaua means the day of battle. That was one of his Hawaiian names. And King David is always honored in our little programs because we thank him and honor him because he is the reason why we're here today doing hula for you. If he hadn't called out the people from hiding and said, come and do hula for me at my coronation party, then we wouldn't have it anymore because it was being hidden and it was getting lost. So we thank him for that. But we also thank him because we are here in a really special museum. This museum is about Native people, isn't it? We could say First Peoples, yeah, the people that live in a place first. And all of you are related to people like that, somewhere in your family. You just have to find out about it. So we are learning today about Hawaiians. And they had to take care of the land. They always take care of the land because the first peoples in anywhere realize that that land is feeding them and is taking care of them. And somebody like a king, King David, had to make sure that that happened and had to make sure that the land was taken care of. So our story says, here is David, the highest of all the princes and princesses, and we're calling them flowers. Come on in and sit in a canoe with us. We have canoe seats for you all to come sit in. You can get in a canoe if you want. Otherwise, you can sit in the ocean if you like. And then it says, he is like the lightning in the sky from the east that enlightened all the people of Hawaii. And then it says, you know, he went all the way across the world, and even the Queen of France heard of him. And then it says, some people said, well, who is this guy anyway? Who is this flower, this prince that you say is higher than all the other princes? Well, the reason somebody gets to be king is because of who his parents are. And it says, the great chief Kapa'akea was his father. And then it says, this is our story about the great King David. Okay, are you ready to tell our story? I need you for my rhythm, okay? So Auntie Olu's gonna help you. Watch her. You guys are starting with your beat. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You ready? Okay, I'm gonna dance the story. You know the story in your head, so watch the motions and you keep me on rhythm, okay? Ai kawika ka hekea o nā pua. Eia, now count. Eia no kawika e he, ka hekea o nā pua e he, ka wila ma ka hikina e he, mala mala mahawai e he. Kui e ka lono pelekane e he, ho'olohe ke kuini o palani e he, na wahi e ka pua i luna e he, o ka pa'a ke ano kamakua e he, ha'ina ia mai ka puana e he, o ka lani ka wika hei noa e he, he ala e ala e a. Ah, yeah. Inoa no kawika. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you so much. I have never had such a good rhythm section. That was cool. Very, very good. So rhythm is really important in dance, isn't it? You have to have rhythm. And in traditional hula, we often just have a voice and a drum. So that was really, really wonderful because it was a lot of drumming for me and I loved it. Okay, so, you know, when we do traditional hula, we have to know what we're saying. And Auntie Olu and I are always trying to learn more Hawaiian words just so we can try to understand our songs better that are written in Hawaiian. So what are stories made up of anyway? When you see a story, what's it made up of? Words, exactly, thank you. And what are words made up of? Letters. Letters, exactly. So, don't you think if we're going to learn some Hawaiian words, we should learn the Hawaiian alphabet? That makes sense, doesn't it? Anybody notice it over there? There it is. Not too long. It has half as many letters as the English alphabet. Yeah? So how many is that? 13, that's right. So what's the deal with the little mark? Do you think that counts or not? Has anybody been counting? Does it count? Yes, it does. It's the 13th. Very good. Okay, so let's go through our letters. We have motions because, of course, this is Hawaiian storytelling in this form of hula. So we've got to have motions. So do your motions with me. Here's your ah. Everybody say ah. A. E. O. U. Okay, those are your vowels. Let's do them again. And Antiola is going to help us too. Okay, ready? Ah. A. Oops. E. Thank you. O. U. Okay, by yourselves. Ready? Go. A. A. E. O. U. Might cut you. Okay, let's do the consonants. Here we go. We're being your mirrors, by the way. Okay, so you don't have to reverse it. Hey. You see your H? Okay, you gotta know what it is. That's an H, yeah? So here's your straight part and here's your humpy part. Okay, hey. We call it hey in Hawaiian. Ke, la, there's your L, okay? Mu, this takes a little imagination, just a little. So your M is going through your body, okay? Me and this mic just don't get along. Okay, here's nu. This is the middle part of a capital N, okay? P, you can picture that, yeah? That makes sense, right? Okay, ve, see the ve? Nice, ve. Close your fingers. Make sure your fingers are closed. Close your fingers, good. Okay, now your ve is what in English? W, correct. Okay, your ve needs to dance. It's gonna go right, left, right. Okay, can we do that? Ready, 2, 3, go. Meka o kina. Okay, can you say those words? Meka o kina. We got a language class going here. That's awesome pronunciation. After you do that, you're gonna swing your arm up and make that okina, that's that mark. So it's gonna go, meka okina. There's your okina. Okay, let's try it. Ready? And meka okina. Yeah, all right. Okay, let me kind of hum the tune and we'll try it again. And then Antiola's gonna play ukulele for us. Okay, here we go. E, I, O, U. Good. He, ke, la, mu, nu. Good. Pi, me, ve. Here we go, dance it. Meka, o, kina. Not bad. Okay, then we're going to say oya ka pi a pa. Can we say oya? Ka pi a pa. And that we're saying that's the alphabet. Okay? All right, so we have a clap rhythm that goes with that part. So it's going to go oya ka pi a pa. So it goes lap, clap, lap, clap, clap, lap, clap, lap. Okay, let's try it again. Ready? Oya ka pi a pa. Yeah, very good. Okay, let's try it. We're going to sing it 3 times. The first 2 times we're going to keep it nice and slow, and then the 3rd time we'll pick it up a little bit because by then you'll be experts. Okay? And if you memorize it, then you can teach other people the Hawaiian alphabet. Pretty cool. We want to give you things that you can do when you go home. Okay? You don't need to take us. Got to get it in your own brain, in your own body, and then you'll be able to do it at home. All right, here we go. Ready? Listen for our intro, and then we'll start with our ah. Ready? Ah. Ah, e, I, o, u, he, ke, la, mu, nu, pi, me, ve, meka, o, kina, oya, ka, pi, a, pa. Nice, Nice job. I love it when everybody dances along with us and sings along with us. That's really good. So hopefully you might remember the Hawaiian alphabet, huh? Maybe so. Okay, now we are in canoes for a reason. Our main story that I wanted to share with you, mainly because I love it. I have lots of reasons actually. A friend of mine wrote it, and this museum is such a smart museum. They have this book in the bookstore downstairs. That's a pretty cool thing too. So this book is called The Island Below the Star, and it's written by a friend of mine by the name of James Rumford. And he wrote the most beautiful story to teach us about navigating. That's a big word. Does anybody know what navigating means? Do you think? You want to tell us? Okay. Well, navigating is about finding your way, you know? Yeah? Like we all use GPSs now to find our ways. But do you think in maybe several hundred years ago they had GPSs and computers and stuff on the canoes when they were out in the Pacific Ocean? No way, no way, no way. But there are many, 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 many islands out in the Pacific Ocean, but they're very, very far away from each other. And they had to have ways to find each other and visit each other. And they did, but they didn't have computers and stuff. What they had was in here. They had knowledge. And the Hawaiian word for knowledge is ike. Can we say ike? Ike. They had knowledge. And this story kind of breaks that knowledge up into 5 groups of knowledge. And the 5 groups of knowledge belong to the 5 brothers in the story. The first brother, the oldest brother, whose name was Hoku, knew all about the stars and the moon and the sun, everything that was up in the skies, and what we say the heavens. And the word for the heavens in Hawaiian is kalani. Can we say kalani? Kalani. Your mouths are nice and ready since we did our pi'apa. Kalani. Can I hear that again? Kalani. Kalani, mai ka'i. So we have to have our hula motion for that too. And this is for boys and girls, so you don't have to worry about that. And what I want you to do is make a star motion. So I'm going to have you do 2 V's like this. Close up these other fingers. Don't let it be sloppy, okay? Nice and neat. Crisscross them, and then push your elbows way up straight, right in front of you. Okay, not over your head. You want to be able to see them. Put it in front of you, okay? So that's your motion for all that knowledge about everything that's in the sky, okay? The second brother knew all about the ocean waves. You know, waves have different shapes, and they mean different things, and he knew all about that. So we're going to make an ocean motion sound, right? Our motion. We're going to do 2 waves. Stick your hands way out straight, no bent elbows, and you're going to make one great big motion right in front of you, and another wave to the side, just a little bit, okay? Keep your elbows nice and straight, though. Okay, it's not like this. That looks kind of funky, doesn't it? These are our oceans. Yeah, it takes muscles to do good hula. All right, so far we have, can you show me the motion for the knowledge of all the stars and the sun and the moon? Can you show me that motion? Good, some of you I'll give you a reminder for those of you. Good, okay. Second motion for the ocean waves. Can you give me that motion? 1 and 2, good. 1 and 2, mai ka'i. All right, so our third brother, his name was Opua. Opua knew all about the different cloud formations and what they mean. What kind of weather was coming by looking at the clouds. And the big, big puffiest clouds, the Opua clouds, sit right on the horizon. So we're going to stretch our arms out again for this motion. We're going to turn our hands over and keep them together. And then we're going to open them up to a little V, okay, not too wide. Because those big puffy clouds, Opua, like his name, are the kind that sit right on the ocean. But the word we're going to use for all the cloud forms is keau. Can we say keau? Okay, those are all the cloud formations. Now our fourth brother, he's in the Yellow Cape, and you can see it blowing in the wind, and that's the hint. He knew all about the winds, and the different ways winds feel mean different things. And the word for winds in Hawaiian is kamakani. Can we say kamakani? Kamakani. So once again, our arms are going to be stretched out. We have no elbow motions in this. Stretched out nice and big, and you're going to raise it up in front of you, and you're going to make wind. Okay? Good. Now, where do we keep this knowledge? All these different kinds of knowledges. Where do we have it? In your head, right? Okay, so we need to show that we have the ike. Remember, ike means knowledge. We have it in our head, so you're going to point to your head. You can touch your head. Okay? No thumbs. Put your thumbs down, buddy. Thumbs down. There you go. Awesome. Okay? And then I want you to give it away. Good, because if you hold on to knowledge and you don't share it, it's not going to go anywhere and it's going to go away. When you go away, your knowledge will go with you and nobody else will know what you know. So you have to give it away. So our 5 verses all start the same. The knowledge, follow me, the knowledge of the heavens. Good. Second verse, the knowledge of the ocean waves. The knowledge of the clouds. The knowledge of the winds. And the youngest brother, he's only about 6 or 7 years old. In this wonderful story, they go out on an adventure. And do you think they want their little bitty brother to come? No. Has that ever been said to you? You can't come because you're too little. Or you can't play because you're too little. That got said to me. I'm still pretty short, so sometimes it gets said to me still. But that's what they said to him. They said that to little Manu, and Manu means bird. So our last amount of knowledge is about the birds. Can we say Kamanu? Kamanu, the birds. So little Manu, who was told he couldn't go on their adventure, ends up saving them because his knowledge is all about the birds, and they need the birds to navigate home after a terrible storm that they go through. So our motion for a bird is here. We're going to have our wings here, sit up nice and straight, okay? Everything's nice and straight and tall and strong in hula. No wimpy stuff. This is not hula, okay? And you're going to glide one way and glide the other way. So our last amount of knowledge, here we go. Our ike, oka ike, ika manu, the knowledge of the birds. Now, who am I talking about here? Who had all this knowledge? The little boy had that knowledge, and all his brothers had the other knowledge, and they were all navigators. They all used this knowledge to find their way in the ocean. They used the stars, they used the shapes of the waves, they used the wind, they used the cloud shapes, and what birds for flying. Manu had been from a little bitty baby. He would be sitting on the beach watching the birds, so he knew a lot about birds just by watching. Do you know that if you watch something a really, really long time, and you don't say anything, and you just watch it, you will learn a lot about that thing. And that's how he knows so much about birds, more than his brothers. So they're all navigators, which means they all ride in va'a. They all ride in canoes. So let's put our canoe right here, and show me the front of your canoe. That's your canoe motion. You're going to start it here and point forward. Good. Then you're going to raise your hands up, and you're going to bring it into your chest, make your elbows go out, not down. Good. This motion is with the word malama. Can we say malama? Malama is a really important word. It means to take care. So you know, if you have some knowledge and you want to share it, you have to take care of it, right? So we're ready to put our dance together. I only have one more piece to show you, but let's practice all this part. Okay? So your hands are going to go here, and I'm going to chant for you, and if you can pick up any of the words, you're welcome to chant with me. Oka ike ika lani la naka ho'okele va'a malama. They take care of it. Now the second brother, the knowledge of the waves. Oka ike ika moana la naka ho'okele va'a malama. Good. Third brother. Oka ike ike aola naka ho'okele va'a malama. Fourth brother, the winds. Oka ike ika makanila naka ho'okele va'a malama. And the little guy. Oka ike ika manula. The birds. Naka ho'okele va'a malama. Good, we're almost ready. Now, you know how when you sing a song, there's like a chorus in between? That you sing is always the same? So we have something like that in between our verses. It's called a ki'ipa. So this is a canoe song and story. So we have to have a paddle motion. So you gotta hold your paddle, hold the top of the paddle. Okay, you're gonna do it twice. You're gonna put it down in the ocean and pull. Put it down in the ocean and pull. Good, you gotta do that 2 times, and you have to say paddle. Does that sound right with a Hawaiian story? That sounds funky. Let's do it in Hawaiian. Hoi! 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 Okay, so I'm going to chant, ea, ea, hoi, ea, ea, hoi. Got it? Yes? Okay, can everybody say I? Okay, that's yes in Hawaiian. Do you have it? All right, we're ready to go. Auntie Olu's going to help us by giving us a rhythm, because remember how important rhythm is. And I'm going to help you with motions, and I'll chant. Now, you can chant with me if you've picked up any of these words that we've been practicing saying. You're welcome to chant with me. Okay, you ready? So, can we put our hands in little fists right on our waist? Can we sit up straight, and can you sit on your feet if you're able to do that? So we can get in proper hula noho position, and the grown-ups are exempt, especially if you have bad knees like me. Okay, you got to get in your canoe in proper position, sit on your feet, put your knees down on the floor. What was your name again, sweetheart? Katie. Look at Katie up front. She's sitting perfectly. 2 young men over there sitting in good position. Make your feet flat underneath you, and your hands are here. Okay? All right, I'm going to tell you to get ready. Just follow me. We have a few rules in traditional hula, so you just follow me. E ho'omakaukou. Okay, we're going to get 3 taps, and we're going to stretch our hands forward, and I'm going to announce the song. Ai no ka ho'okele wa'ahi noa. Our song is in honor of the navigators. Okay, hold still for a minute, and then we'll start. We get ready beats, I call them. Stretch your arms out all the way, sweetheart. Stretch. There you go. Good job. Okay, nice and straight. Flat hands, flat hands. Okay, we're ready, Auntie Olu. Ike. Oka ike ikalanila naka ho'okele wa'ae malama ea 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 oka ike ikamoana la naka ho'okele wa'ae malama ea 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 oka ike aola naka ho'okele wa'ae malama ea 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 oka ike kamakanila naka ho'okele wa'ae malama ea 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 oka ike kamanula naka ho'okele wa'ae malama ea 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 Hei noa no ka ho'okele wa'a. Done in the honor of all navigators. And give yourselves a hand. That was wonderful. Great job. That was terrific. That was really, really good. So that's the way we tell stories in hula. We have one more story to share with you. We wanted to give you a modern story, but I want to tell you what's going on in this story so you can do the motions with me. And Auntie Olu's going to sing and play ukulele for me while I dance it for you. But I want you to do motions with me too if you would like to. So this story is again about land. This little boy from a village called Miloli'i decided he wanted to go see some different lands. So he got on his donkey and he went all the way down to town from his village, Miloli'i, on his donkey. And he saw some things that he had never seen before. So our first motion is up here, and you're gonna go all the way down to town from his village. And he says, here I am. And we've gotta get on his donkey. So you're gonna hold your reins here. And you know, donkeys don't go unless you pat them. So you're gonna have to pat your donkey 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pull your reins, make him stop, and then go down the road. Okay? Then, once we get him down to town, he goes to see the zoo. And he sees an elephant for the first time in his life. So we gotta make an elephant, okay? We need great big ears, huge ears, and a great big body. And of course, we have to have the trunk, right? Okay, then he goes to the airport and he gets on an airplane for the first time in his life. That had to be pretty exciting. You're gonna clap on this one. You're gonna clap and make your wings. Clap and make your wings, and then glide a little bit, and oops, a little bit of turbulence. And then at the end, we're gonna say, we're telling a story, right? So we say, this is our story. You tell a story with your mouth. So show it from your mouth and give it to all the people on one side. And then give it to all the people on the other side. And you say, what's the story about? It's about the little boy on the donkey who went down the road. Okay, you ready? So this is a more modern story, but it's still traditional hula because we're doing it in Hawaiian, and Tiola's going to sing in Hawaiian about the little boy from Miloli'i who goes down to town. You ready to do the motions with me? Okay. Miloli'i, here we go down to town. Here I am. Ride your donkey. Pull. Down the road. Let's do that one again. Miloli'i. Okay, let's go to the zoo. Down to town. Here I am. Ready? Time to go ride a plane. Down to town. Let's go down to town. Here I am. Ready to clap? This is our story from your mouth. About the boy on the donkey. Ready? Say goodbye. Yeah! Good job. Might cut you. That was fabulous. Thank you so much for sharing Hawaiian stories with us today. I wanted to know before we leave you if anybody has any questions that they might like to ask either Auntie Olu or myself. Is there anything that you see? You know, we don't talk about everything that we have up here. Somebody asked us about our costumes last time. We had all kinds of interesting questions. Did anybody have any questions they want to ask us? Or anything that you might like to know about? In Hawaiian culture, we may not know the answer, but we can try to find it for you. Yes? What we're wearing on our head? Yeah. We want, as traditional dancers, we want to be accessorized properly. So we always try to wear a lei and try to wear accessories on our ankles and our wrists and on our head. This is called a lei po'o, which means a lei for our head. Our po'o is our head. And Auntie Olu and I just spent some time together the other day, and we took some long tropical leaves called la'i, and the ribs were taken out of the middle, the hard part. And these were actually frozen to make them soft. You can dump them in water, in hot water, and we just braided them and stuck some extra pieces in and made our leis for today. And this is the same thing, but we just didn't stick the extra pieces in. So we could have nice real leis on for you today. And then these are made out of kukui nuts, which grow in Hawaii. These we didn't make ourselves. They're really hard to shine up. It takes a lot of time, so we usually just buy them. But that's what we have on. And our skirts are called pa'u, made out of regular material. The Hawaiians did make material out of the inner bark of the paper mulberry tree. Beautiful, beautiful material with beautiful designs, with watermarks. It was very fine, like very fine linen. It was beautiful. And the hula dancers would be wearing that in traditional times. So even though you might have expected grass skirts and coconuts, that's not traditional. So what you get is traditional. This is what you're seeing. And the patterns can vary depending on what the song is about that you're dancing. And we just wanted to be beautiful, so we just picked some beautiful colors to wear for you today. That was a great question. Anything else you'd like to know about? Yes, my dear?
In the culture, where does Sitting Bull?
Where does what?
Native American Sitting Bull.
I'm not understanding you. Sitting Bull? Did you ask about Sitting Bull? Yeah, you know, this museum is about Native Americans and Native peoples of many, many places. And Sitting Bull is someone that I do not know about, but I bet somebody in one of the vests can help you with that, one of the black vests. okay? Because he's not a Hawaiian native, so I don't know anything about him, unfortunately. Thank you for asking, though. You're in the right place. You're in the right museum. Is there anything else? Anything else we can try to answer? Yes, my dear?
Why are you barefoot?
Why am I barefoot? Because it's traditional hula, so we dance barefooted. That's a good question. Anybody else? Well, I want to thank you, and I want to still invite you, once we turn off the mic, please feel free to come up and talk to us and ask us any more questions if you have any. If you'd like to take a picture, that's fine too. And I want to thank you for being such a wonderful, wonderful audience and really participating and singing and dancing hula with us today with Auntie Olu and I. Thank you so much for being here. Mahalo. Who does that mean? What's mahalo mean? Anybody know? It means thank you. So mahalo, can you say mahalo to us too? Mahalo ya oko. Thank you so much. Aloha, have a wonderful day, and please feel free to come up and talk to us more afterwards. And I don't know if you guys knew it, but we were on camera today. We were live online today. So thank you for being part of our show today. Aloha!